YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji. We back in between the ropes, man. If you are new, please don't forget to slide that subscribe button, a high five, man. And I appreciate y'all for showing love and sliding likes this way, man. We have been growing tremendously, and I do appreciate y'all. We are fresh off of day one of SummerSlam. Enjoy Z. All in all, I'm just getting to the point, man. It isn't anything that I didn't expect. Y'all can check my predictions video out. I didn't expect SummerSlam to be anything better than what we saw at WrestleMania. My bar was already low going into this. And I would say SummerSlam absolutely delivered. But let's remember, my bar was already low. I was unsure about the order of the cards that we were going to see. We ended up getting Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to start the night off. A tag team match that I don't think anyone really cared for in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't really matter much. At the very least, this match could have at least created a little bit of tension between Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker in order to set up a potential 1v1 between these guys. Absolutely not. This match kind of embodies what my sentiments are about WWE at this point. WWE has sold out. They've become extremely commercialized. And I saw somebody post a tweet the other day about the WWE becoming a parody of professional wrestling. And I think that's exactly what it's become. Look, I enjoy the foolery. I enjoy some of the dumb stuff, the jokes, and some of the ridiculous creativity that happens in WWE and professional wrestling as a whole. I love that sometimes we just gotta have to suspend belief or the disbelief and operate as if this is happening in our world. And that's, I think, the magic of wrestling is the storylines. A lot of times these guys are blurring reality and fiction. But it's very obvious at this point, all the WWE is just looking to do is garner more eyes on the product, and that will help. That's it. For months, they've been trying to promote Cardi B being the kickoff commentator, the announcer. I don't even know what she is, the host. It is very obvious and apparent that Cardi B does not watch wrestling. She comes out, and this is probably to promote a new album, song, whatever the freak she's got going on. Next. I'm going to let y'all know. The reason that y'all are out there paying $10,000, $20,000 for tickets is because they have people like Cardi B showing up to the show. They have to pay the fee. You think Cardi B's coming out there for the free ski? Absolutely not. They had Drewski doing voiceovers. I get it. The WWE, you're a business. You got to try to continue to find a way to grow and globalize your product. But at a certain point, it's just blatantly obvious what you're trying to do. I mean, this woman came out there and was opening the show so obviously reading off a promo card. Now, I'm not terribly upset about that because it's not like we need a heartfelt speech from Cardi B. But it's obvious the woman does not watch professional wrestling. This is a cash grab. Hey, look, you rub my back, I rub yours kind of deal. But like I said, absolutely commercial. In the middle of a match, we had my tribal chief and Jey Uso stopping to cut the music on and yeet with the... Like, all right, look, I'm cool with having fun. I'm cool. But here's the thing. You've turned Jey Uso into a circus act. And now you've got my tribal chief yeeting in the middle of a match instead of pinning these dudes that have been tormenting them and tormenting him specifically for weeks and months. Anyways, we get the moments we were kind of looking for. We get some spears. We get some Superman punches. We get Roman spearing somebody through the barricade. We also got Roman Reigns jumping over the top rope in something that he's probably not going to do again. I mean, It looked like this dude almost fell on his head, bro. But yeah, I'm done with the bronze at this point. I don't understand how that's supposed to be the future of the industry and they haven't won anything. When is the last time Bronson Reed has won anything? When is the last time that Braun Breaker has done anything meaningful? They're just lackeys. And I think at some point in this match, Braun Breaker got injured. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's okay. But a quick spear from Jey Uso and a frog splash or an Uso splash win the match for these guys. In my predictions video, I mentioned that there's no way possible that Jey Uso and Roman Reigns should lose. But the problem is, now that you've made the Bronze look like bums, when, like I mentioned to you before, they could have been a dominant tag team. And this could have set up something in order to kind of elevate Seth Rollins in the process. Because nobody can respect Seth Rollins if the people that are beside him are the future, yet they can't do anything successful on their own. And at the very least, these are two physically imposing guys. But they can't accomplish anything on their own, or at the very least, with the both of them. Then how can they be respected? Operation Bronze is over with. We then got Roxanne Perez and Alexa Bliss matching up, and their respective tag teams, Raquel Rodriguez and Charlotte Flair. I mentioned to y'all in my prediction video that we were just buying time before Charlotte Flair was able to get herself another ring / championship belt. At the end of the day, y'all didn't want her to just waltz into the singles division and win that thing, so they said, okay, no problem. We'll get her over real quick and then go have her win a tag team title. So at the end of the day, all she's doing is just continuing to stack up her awards. I'm not too mad at it. At the very end of the day, I think that this offers a little opportunity for them to refresh the tag team division instead of keeping the titles stale in the Judgment Day. This offers opportunity for Roxanne, Raquel, and Liv Morgan to have a little bit of dissension amongst three of them. And at the very least, it could do something for the tag team divisions elsewhere, because now we have some eyes on it, since Bliss and Charlotte are two of the biggest stars individually. At the very least, we did get a moment or two where there was a little bit of chaos and the connections between the tag teams weren't quite all the way there, which all you should ask for. I mean, this could be, like I said, a story of two tags who aren't quite trusting of one another. So their cohesiveness is not all the way there. Their chemistry is not all the way there. End of the day, we'll have to watch what these two do and I guess how they get along and possibly break up or whatever the case may be down the line. This match wasn't anything to really write home about, and at the very least, WWE has done a service for the first couple matches. We got Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Shout out to Karrion for getting his opportunity at the PLE. Unfortunately, I think that there's only so much you can do when you've only had 3 matches in a year under your belt. You know what I mean? A lot of people on the internet have been talking a lot of smack about Karrion. Y'all are flip-floppy, wish-washy. End of the day, I don't think everybody needs to be a high flyer. I don't think everybody needs to fight one way. At the very least, Karrion Kross has done something that a lot of people are asking for him to do. Convey a story. I don't think that the story that he's trying to convey has been done much service by WWE, but at least he's trying. I think that, like I said, could be way more compelling angles that they could come at this story from. There's so many things that they could be doing with the Karrion Kross devil on your shoulder character, but this is what it's kind of amounted to, is whether or not Sami Zayn will say, Karrion Kross, you're right. You told the truth. I'm a bad guy. And, I mean, we do get a moment or two where Karrion tries to do all he can in order to win this match, and then Scarlett even gives Sami the pipe in order to go ahead and finish the deal, and he refuses, I guess, which gets the crowd excited, and everybody believes in Sami Zayn. But, again, I don't understand why y'all believe Sami Zayn to be a good guy, because Karrion Kross is correct. This dude is a bad guy. In every other instance, this dude takes the pipe and beats the other person with it. We've seen what he's done. He's turned on everyone. He's not a good guy. But whatever. It's obvious Karrion Kross' time is coming to an end. I mean, he loses this match. I don't even understand. But I have no idea why you do this feud in order for Sami Zayn to just continue to beat Karrion Kross. What is he proving? He's not proving anything about himself. This is the first match where we got to see any inkling of doubt that Sami Zayn would have about his own character. So again, it's pointless for you to be having this match revolving around a storyline on whether or not Sami Zayn will do bad things or give in to the dark side in order to win, when this is the only match we even got to see that. So Karrion Kross is now 1-2 against Sami Zayn. For what? What has this accomplished? And I told y'all who should win this match, but I told y'all WWE would do all they could in order to piss me off and reward the wrong person here. But the only reason that this would make sense is if Karrion Kross will no longer be working with the company. Speaking of things done for no reason, we got Jade versus Tiffany Stratton. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I said WWE needs to get these gold belt away from Tiffany Stratton. Please. I don't even know what kind of accent that was. I'm so sorry. I'm just upset. But unfortunately, they continue to allow her to parade around with the belt. The match was like 7 minutes. Everybody on the internet was upset about it. It went by extremely quick. If you had to ask me, Jay was dominating majority of the match. I don't even understand how the freak she loses. Like, she literally starts whooping on Tiffany Stratton so bad that she decides to, I don't know at this point if it's just Tiffany Stratton or if it's just Jade, or maybe just two of them kind of made that look like it was under a microscope or a magnifying glass. Because what I'm trying to allude to is the chemistry wasn't there for me. I mean, it looked like everything was super forced, super obvious, super slow. Come on, for two women that they are this athletic, I just believe better could have been there. Jade takes this woman all the way to the top rope for like a super jaded, which I don't understand why she even decided to go this route. Never even seen her do that other than when she had to do it to Naomi through a table. I don't understand why she did this, because it's not like she was hitting Tiffany Stratton with a bunch of jadeds and Tiffany Stratton was kicking out. It was just a moment where she hit her with a jade in the corner of the ring and Tiffany Stratton's foot was on the rope, simply because of the way that Jade rolled her up to pin her. This is a ridiculous risk for no reason. I don't even understand how Tiffany Stratton got out of this move, because she did some type of, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a Hurricane Rana. I don't know. At the end of the day, it led to a prettiest moonsault ever, and Tiffany Stratton wins in like 5 minutes. One prettiest moonsault ever. I was hoping for at least some type of interferences, some shenanigans. Nope. None of that. Just TIJ for no reason. So, let's think about this cohesively. Asuka was taken out by Jade. But now you have Jade lose to Tiffany Stratton. I mean, if we're gonna, at the end of the day, we'll chalk it up to anybody can wake up and have a good day. But I don't know what kind of precedent you've set for Tiffany Stratton, especially since there aren't any bad guys. They'll probably rematch sometime soon, and we'll get a character change from one of these two. I'm looking forward to it. The character change, not really the match. I don't even want to sit here and get too mad about this match, but I will say Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul actually made this match worth watching. They, for the first time, I mentioned it before. I think plenty of people have mentioned it before. We get to see heels. These guys are good at being heels. They're good at being bad guys. They're good at creating a little heat and controversy. At the end of the day, y'all can argue all types of things, but at the end of the day, they make it look good on TV. They're showboating in the middle of the match, glowing while they're whooping the heck out of these guys. I mean, and this is what I mentioned. I'm cool with Jelly Roll having a couple moments because he's a big guy. Okay? In order to get the crowd hype. But he shouldn't be able to stand toe-to-toe with these guys at all. I ain't gonna lie though, I would actually check out these guys as a tag team. There was a dope moment too where Logan absolutely plunges the table with Jelly Roll, bro. And I would say it was a little like drawn out, a little over dramatic, but like as General is like trying to get carted out of the arena, or at least carried out of the arena by a lot of the referees. He looks back while the guys are just mollywhopping Randy Orton and just farming and relishing in the hate that the crowd is giving them. He goes in there and tries to save Randy Orton. Yet it isn't enough, and he eats a Claymore and then a Logan Paul frog splash. And Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre win. Thank you. Let's sit with Jelly Roll. Send him to the abyss. You did a good job, but you did what you're supposed to do. I'll at least give him that. It's like he came out there and he was OP. He had a couple of chops, choke slams, elbows. He paid homage to a couple of the goats with some of the moves that he pulled out there, and he went through a table. At the end of the day, that's what you would want to ask for, right? If you're a big fan. So, salute to Jelly Roll for that. And at the very least, they got it right. There's no way Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre should be losing to anybody if they have Jelly Roll on their team. Now, what do these guys do next? I don't know. You've absolutely wasted the last few months for all of them all, so there isn't really much cooking. I mean, for 2025, let's think about it for a second. What have any of these dudes done significantly? All right. We then see Gunther and CM Punk matchup. Match wasn't actually terrible. I thought it was just going to be like two 50-year-old men fighting. It wasn't too bad, actually. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. CM Punk is one of my favorites, and I did assume that CM Punk was going to win. I think in my predictions video, I said that it was going to end up with shenanigans, yet I thought it was going to be disqualification, or like a moment where everybody's laid out on the mat. We didn't get that. We actually got CM Punk hitting 2 Golden Sleeves back-to-back and winning the match, winning the title. And this, for a second, surprised me a little bit because I assumed that what Seth Rollins said months ago when he wasn't going to allow CM Punk to hold the title, I thought that was going to reign true. Well, it didn't. At least not for long. Seth came out in crutches, and immediately me watching this, I was like, what if he just takes the crutches and everything off and then goes and cashes in? Because what else would all this be going on for? I will at least give Michael Cole a little bit of recognition here because he did set it up nicely. He was like, well, Seth Rollins will have his eye on the prize. Whenever he's healthy, da-da-da-da. And I feel like we all knew this. Like, I think the entire internet was thinking about that Seth Rollins cashing in. But I will say they did do it pretty nicely. I mean, Seth walks away for a second, and Paul Heyman kind of looks back like, what's going on? We leaving? What are we about to do? And then Seth Rollins pauses, drops his crutches, takes his brakes off, and heads towards the ring. He just starts whooping CM Punk with a briefcase before actually cashing in and hitting the stomp to win the title. I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad at that. I think this is probably the best 5 minutes of the show. CM Punk winning and then losing right after. Seriously. It was actually a little better than I predicted. I didn't think that CM Punk was going to hold the title for long. And so I'm actually cool with him actually winning, getting this moment, and then being cashed in on by Seth Rollins. So now he'll always have to remember that Seth Rollins cashed in on him. I think that you could set up a lot of stories from this, but I'm not going to get my head too high. I'm not going to get my hopes too high. And I'm not going to put my faith in these guys. We get Seth Rollins standing tall, and again, it does look like Bronson Reed, and or at the very least, Braun Breaker is hurt. Like in the end when they're taunting, and everybody gets down on CM Punk's level, and they hit the little crisscross applesauce like CM Punk. Braun Breaker can't do that. And even getting down on one knee to talk smack to Punk was difficult for him. I had no idea why these guys are in the background holding their arms up like they did something of significance as well. Paul Heyman, you've done nothing. You've cut bad promos since you joined Seth Rollins' group. You've absolutely done nothing but hold the briefcase. Done absolutely nothing. Done zero. Bronson Reed, you have done nothing. Braun Breaker, you have done absolutely nothing either. This is supposed to be the future of the WWE, and you have a bunch of dudes that are elated about cashing in a briefcase in order to win a championship. You guys have done nothing by yourself. You've done nothing as a faction. No one fears you. This is just bad work. At the end of the day, we're going to set up another Punk and Rollins feud, which I'm not terribly upset at. But at the very least, we have a new bad guy for the rest of the Raw roster to go after. And it at least has something that a lot of people should be chasing, which is the championship. All in all, it wasn't a terrible show. There were a couple like strangely cut camera shots. I think the matches honestly weren't good at all. I mean, it was a lot of mess ups, botches, whatever the case may be in these matches. I get it. A lot of times that may happen. These folks are human, but for a show this big, it just didn't feel grandiose at all to me. I mean, even though they built a huge stage up there, it didn't even seem like anybody cared about the entrances too much. I mean, when you think of, at least me personally, when you think of moments like these that are supposed to be electric, I mean, this is the first night 2 SummerSlam, or 2-night SummerSlam. And you got people just walking up to the ring with regular attire, and nobody showing up with jackets, coats, nothing creative in regards to their ring attire. It's just regular, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's cooked me, bro. Y'all just let me know what y'all think, man. This to me, SummerSlam day one was just a joke. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just funny. Like, I feel like a fool for tuning in. Yeah.